Well, here's the 5 in the AM, then we're all played
Cheers. Good luck. And thank you very much in advance.
Beautiful. It's the island of Adelaide. I didn't think it smashed first time. It was perfect. Right on the spot. And she was so surprised that she just stood there, came back and sprayed champagne all over. Good luck. But anyway, there you are.
Ah, you right? So, and seen our latest efforts? You seen our latest efforts? Oh, yeah. I've been here. No, the program got
This is Factory 92.9 megahertz. 4 minutes from now, the Portuguese program.
Excuse me, Paul. Yeah. I have a bit of...
In our studio, someone is waving to me over to Studio 1. What do you love, Jose?
Well, Paul, you going to play our theme just before we start, or...?
I hope so.
Welcome to Radiostation, the Portuguese community speaking program in South Australia. And here we are in our new studios, and around the table we now have Philippe and Walter, two of the stalwarts from last night at a la carte.
Yes, that's right. We finished the program off at, 2 o'clock in the morning, which was the final program at our old studios. And of course, as you said, we're now in the new studios, and today is our radiothon day.
Yes.
A very important day as far as EBI is concerned, because we've got lovely equipment and beautiful studios, but they have to be paid for. And the only way we can do that is by having lots and lots of donations of all our listeners. That's 211 7066. 211 7066. The Premier of South Australia is with us today, and in about 5 minutes' time we'll have the official opening of our new studios.
And as we've been promising you for the past few weeks on the Portuguese program, of course the first half an hour is always in English anyway, and we'll come back in Portuguese at 11 as per normal. But Mr. Tonkin is here, and perhaps if some people ring up with donations, Mr. Tonkin might just take a phone call. So we're going to play a little bit more of that music, I think, Paul, and then we're not playing it.
Yes, we're going to make up some Spanish music. I haven't got any Spanish music.
Well, it is an ethnic program, so that's fine.
Fine.
Right, okay, there we go.
to look through the whole day with
EBI FM. And now we cross to Studio 1.
Well, good morning, listeners. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. The great moment in the history of Radio 5 EBI Ethnic Broadcasters Incorporated. Today, not only have we moved to our new studios, but also in a few moments' time we'll be turning on to stereo. It gives me great pleasure indeed to welcome all our distinguished guests here in the studios and around the studios this morning, who have all found time on this very busy Saturday to participate in our great moment here. And first of all, I'd like to introduce to you the gentleman that's going to cut the ribbon or the cake or whatever you do on air. I really don't know, but I'm sure that our Premier, Mr. David Tonkin, will know exactly how to open a radio station. Mr. David Tonkin.
Thank you very much indeed, Walter. And distinguished guests and listeners, I wish all of you out there could be in with us here today, because it is one of the most exciting mornings that I've ever been to. There are hosts of distinguished guests and lots of people from the ethnic communities. I hope that you'll be able to see some of the record of it. But really, it is such an exciting day. And we've got all of the people who've been working so hard to make these studios possible with us. And that's tremendous. We're in probably some of the finest studios of any public broadcasting facility that I've ever seen. And I'd like to lay claim, I think they're probably as good or better than any others in Australia or in the world. Generally speaking, the station has made remarkable progress in the time that it's been operating. Just remember that the license was only granted in 1979. The station went on air for the first time on January the 5th, 1980. In other words, it hasn't really been going very long, but it's been broadcasting from temporary premises up until now. But now it has its own home, and it's a great credit, and the move reflects the community interest and support that's been coming. The other thing which is quite clear is that this studio complex represents hours and hours of hard work, of dedicated work by volunteers and people who come in and put a little piece of FM is a cooperative effort. It's supported by 34 different groups. They speak 31 languages on air. And 92.9 megahertz on the FM band is a frequency which is now putting out more than 75 hours of ethnic programs a week. On air time in total, 148 hours. And at the conclusion of this segment, Walter, we'll be switching, as you said, to stereo output for the first time. Now, we're celebrating something very important today, and that's the opening of these new permanent premises. But there's something else that we're going to do. We are launching the 5EBI FM Radiothon, because this new equipment and the new service, although it's wonderful equipment, it's got to be paid for, like everything else. So we are trying to raise money through the Radiothon, and the target is $30,000. And the station broadcasters will be appealing to their listeners for funds. Perhaps, Walter, you might like to come in here with the number and tell people what it's all about.
Well, it's a very important number, of course, today. I think we'll repeat it all day. The number is 211-7066. And that is the number where you can lodge your donations. The telephone rooms are staffed at this particular moment, so if you want to ring in, I would rather that you stay with us until after the official opening. You can ring in if you want to do this.
That's 211-7066.
That is correct.
Well, I'd like to start the ball rolling, if I may, and I'm quite sure that that appeal is going to be supported wholeheartedly by the community of South Australia. But to set the ball rolling officially, the state government today is going to give $8,000 to get the appeal started. The money is coming from the Department of Arts, and Murray Hill, the Minister, is very sorry indeed that because of illness he can't be with us this morning. But he sends his good wishes, and I think more importantly, he'll be sending the cheque, and I think that's tremendous. Now, it is an important occasion, one of the most significant occasions in the history of the Adelaide ethnic communities and indeed in the history of South Australia. I'd like to congratulate everyone who's done so very much for it, and I think it probably wouldn't be fair if I didn't mention specifically Edmund Walenczykiewicz, who's done so much. He's been a tower of strength in organising all of the work that's been going on. Jose, the Treasurer, I know, has been very busily raising money. I think his work is coming in counting the money that's going to roll in from the radiothon. But generally speaking, this is a perfect and wonderful example of what can be done by community groups getting together and helping themselves and working. And I'd like to say congratulations to all of you and to all of the communities. You know, that's why I'm so proud of what makes South Australia what it is. Now, the quality of the broadcasting from now on is going to be superb. And I'd like to, I understand I have the great privilege, in fact, Walter, of spinning in the opening stereo track.
That is absolutely correct. Now, what was your choice this morning?
Well, I'm not going to announce my choice, except to say that in a ethnic 5EBI FM station, supporting all of those different 34 groups of ethnic groups, the 31 different languages, I want to emphasize the fact that we all really know very well that although we come from many and different ethnic backgrounds, we are all Australians, and that is what this, I think, will show.
Once a jolly white man camped down by a billabong.
Yes, you're underway. You're going to be doing we complained about it.
You are the sunshine. You are